the guy we all saw in the locker room after the game, screaming his head off, cheering with his teammates, singing on the blue line. And we will welcome in Rutger McGroarty to the show, current Michigan Wolverine hockey player. So we know last night was probably a fun night there on campus in Ann Arbor with Michigan winning the national championship. So without further ado, Rut, good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. Campus was buzzing last night. It's a
The
lot of
boys
fun.
probably were out and about having a couple of adult bevies, having a good time, I assume, celebrating the championship.
That was so unnatural coming out of your mouth, Colby.
But adult bevies?
Yeah.
Well, we got to keep it a little bit PG, right?
Yeah, it was. I mean, the streets last night were absolutely flooded. It was ridiculous.
Have you got any sleep in the last 4 days?
I'm real tired. We got home. We didn't go to bed after we won the gold medal, and then on the plane, obviously, it's a plane. Like, you can sleep like 2.5, 3 hours, not very good in and out. And then, the one night, the Saturday night I got back, I had a 12 to 13 hour shutdown, hard, real hard.
Well, Rut, look, we loved watching you play in the World Juniors. I mean, I know you and we texted a little bit before and we kept in touch throughout. For me, just such a cool moment to see you wearing that USA jersey, wearing that captaincy jersey. I mentioned, before we went to break, I've known you since you're a little kid. And I played for your father, Jim McGroarty, in Lincoln, Nebraska, which is where you're from. And for the record, my co-host, Jonny Lazarus, thought Lincoln was in Philadelphia, not Pennsylvania, Philadelphia.
I know Lincoln, Nebraska.
So you see how bad his geography is. But, I want to go back to those early days for you and when you were a little kid, because, did you see this coming? Was this the laser focused in your life? This is where I want to be. This is who I want to be. Because when I look at you and I watch you play hockey, man, you are a hockey player. I mean, you have every attribute of a hockey player, a guy who will run you through a wall. You'll score a goal. You'll stick up for your teammates. You do everything, man. And it's such a joy to watch.
Thank you. That means a lot. That's very nice of you to say. But for me, since I was young, having guys like you around the rink that my dad coached, just guys that were good mentors for me and just nice to me, would skate with me after practice, whatever it was. That's an advantage that not many 6 or 7 year olds get. And so I would say from the age of 10, when I moved away from Nebraska to go to Michigan, I was I think I have something here. And then as I progressed in Michigan, I felt like I could do something with hockey. And it's been working out pretty far. It's been working out so far. So I'm looking forward to continuing this road. It'll be fun.
Well, Rutger, I haven't had any impact on your life because we just met, so I can't speak of all the accolades that I'm so proud of you for. But something that I really loved about you is that you embraced that villain role, and I think everyone kind of talked about it on social media over the past week, but we're not used to seeing the United States of America in hockey be a villain. And I want to know if that's something you guys talked about in the room, because you guys won that gold medal in a rock star fashion. You come back from 2-0 in the semifinal. And then obviously, Ryan Leonard's blowing kisses. You guys are taunting the crowd a little bit. I got to imagine going out in the town after winning the gold the way you guys did it was not a nice welcome.
No, and people were not happy with us at all. It was kind of like that the whole tournament. I feel like everyone kind of knew the final was, if everything went as planned, it was going to be USA Sweden. So all the Swedish fans in the hotel, not screaming at us, but chirping us oh, you guys are going to lose to Sweden, whatever. So I feel like we were kind of just, I don't know, we were messing around with it at first, but then we're we can take this somewhere and be the villain and have some fun with it. And then obviously in the gold medal game, we really embraced it. I mean, I don't think many Swedes liked us that night. And then, yeah, I mean, the DMs that we got after just were not very nice. I mean, they, yeah, people were not very happy with us, and it was, yeah, it was scary a little bit, but it was fun. It was fun to go through it.
I want to just follow up quick. Who's the coolest guy that's DM'd you since you won the gold? Whether it's, it doesn't have to be a hockey player. It could be maybe a celeb or something that's watched.
I think it might be Colby.
Yeah, right.
That sucks, man. I'm sorry.
Get the bar should be a little bit higher than that, Rut. Come on. You'd have heard from me no matter what. You could do better than that.
I muted him on Instagram.
I mean, I've kind of been buddies with him, but you guys know, like freezer tarps?
Yeah. Colby, there's no way Colby knows.
I have no idea who that is.
Yeah, I've kind of I've been like buddies with freezer tarps for like a year now, and he I don't know, he reached out to us and was having fun with it. I mean, I don't know.
Is that why you got the Fortnite gliders going on the side of the head there?
No, I'm getting a haircut tomorrow. I mean, I actually look horrible. It's ridiculous. I don't know what I thought I was going with here. I mean, I was trying to save it for playoffs because we get a mullet for playoffs. So I was really gonna just go greasy mullet, like, because my hair is so straight in the back, so I can like pull it down and then shave the sides completely.
Well, we'll hopefully be seeing you in the Frozen Four later this year, and we'll get to Butchie and I will get an opportunity to get a better look at the mullet. Rut, in that gold medal game, the hit that was, I mean, right away I texted your dad and I was just like, beast mode. I mean, that was one of the cleanest, most vicious open ice hits that I have seen in quite some time. I'm shocked the officials didn't call that, just because they generally call hitting too hard in the IIHF. We saw it all tournament. And, I expected for sure to see a penalty here. But, I mean, what an absolute rock of a hit. Like, you're watching it now too, right? You see it on the screen?
Yeah.
I mean, you absolutely murdered this guy. How good did that feel?
Yeah, that was really big. I feel like for my mental too. I feel like just with the injury I went through and everything, I mean, it's just good to know that like I can hit someone like that again. And yeah, I felt real good. I feel like, I mean, in a game like that, I mean, you want to do whatever it takes. And so I made a nice play on that first goal, and then after I was kind of just like doing my job, like managing the puck. I mean, taking shorter shifts, like not really having like a huge impact on the game, but like doing all the little things right. And so I was like, all right, I want to make an impact on this game. And so I wouldn't say I was looking for it, but I mean he came through the middle with his head down, and I saw I had some speed coming, so I leaned into him. And I mean, it was actually scary because it was going through my head. The very first time I played Sweden, I like that exact same play. And I leaned into him. My shoulder went like right into his jaw, and like I got kicked out. And so that was kind of going through my head. But I mean, I might as well. I just want to take the opportunity. Yeah, I mean, I saw him cutting across the middle. So
what was the reaction like when you got back to the bench?
I've kind of gotten ripped for this, but I look up, I think I'm watching it, and I see the hit. I'm like, holy shit. I start like chuckling on the bench, and all the boys are like kicking the boys. They're like, fucking right, John. I'm like, you like that? And so
that's amazing.
Yeah. Are you like Colby? Did you search your name on Twitter after to see the reaction from everybody?
No, but the hit was everywhere. I mean, I saw like TSM post, like everywhere, IHF, like everyone was posting it. So it was, and a lot of people were sending it to me too.
I mean, it was a tone-setting hit.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it was clean.
Yeah.
After that hit, I was basically like, they're winning this hockey game. Like, Sweden cannot come back. They're just not built to come back from a hit like that. Honestly, like, to me, that's a totally defining moment, in that hockey game, because you just don't see hits like that. And again, I'll give the refs credit because I'm usually shitting on them. They did a nice job not getting in the way of that, because that couldn't have been cleaner. That is a hit they should show in the beginning of the year how to hit cleanly in the open ice was that hit. So I mean,
you know
love
what,
hearing
the rest of this tournament actually did an unbelievable job. Like they missed a couple like high sticks or whatever it was, but like I mean they didn't take over the game by any means, which is like in a tournament like that, like that's exactly what you want. Like each team gets their 2 to 3 power plays a game to like try and change the momentum as like a power play should. But like it's not like one team had like 8 power plays to like someone's 1. Like it was like I feel like the rest did an unbelievable job of like evening it out, like calling the right calls, but like also like not letting it go overboard. So that was really nice to see.
Maybe in your games there were some other ones that were a little questionable.
Yeah,
I don't know if you got to watch the other games.
Yeah,
the spearing penalty going into overtime. That was, I mean, that was dog
I remember
shit.
we were watching that in the hotel lobby and we were freaking out. We had like we were like, what is going on? Yeah.
So, Rut, this will be my last World Junior question, and then of course I got to ask more questions about the family. But who's the guy on that World Junior team that you know and you play against, but you just like can't believe how good he is when you watch him? I mean, you're just like, wow, how does he do that?
I feel like everyone. I mean, it's so ridiculous.
Like a good captain right there.
It's so ridiculous. I mean, those guys, like, I mean, like, I was talking about this with Ryan Chesley. I mean, our third line at the tournament was the best line in college hockey.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like, I mean, just take that. Like, our third line is the best line in college hockey.
Yeah, Will Smith, Gabe Perreault, and Ryan Leonard, 3 BC guys who I mean, they're incredible what they're doing. It is incredible.
Boils your blood, Colby saying
like
that.
They don't play like it. They didn't play like a third line. Like they played unbelievable. I mean, but like on like the stat sheet, like they were the third line. It's like that's just not fair. Like that's ridiculous. But I would say someone that really took a step this tournament was Gavin Brindley. I mean, he's something special, I think.
How does he fall to the second round? I mean, that is bizarre to me that nobody stepped up and grabbed him in the first round of the draft.
Yeah, Columbus got a steal, that's for sure, with Adam there. Well, those boys were getting my girl, making me all jealous that they're together.
To that point, though, you talk about the bond of the group. You guys win the gold. Like, there's a really strong chance that you face Boston College later on this year in a really important game. How do you flip that switch to try to hate those guys that you just created an amazing bond with over the last 3 weeks?
Yeah, we can do it. I feel like we were chirping.
Did that come up at all? Like, it must have.
Yeah, you have no idea. Guys are chirping us. You aren't even in the tournament yet. What are you saying? You're 50, you're paralyzed. We're like, man, we ran into some issues. Like we had some eye problems. Give us a break.
Well, I think obviously you being back playing is a huge add for Michigan. You guys were a Frozen Four team last year. You had a lot to do with that as a freshman. I think you're able to really change the trajectory of Michigan in the second half. But I want to ask you a little bit more about your family. Your dad was a coach. He coached in the USHL. I played for him. Now he's a president in the USHL, or obviously correct me if I'm missing his title. I know he just wears a lot of hats in hockey, but the one thing I always notice with you is your family is always around you. You win and it's pictures with your mom and your sister and your dad. Your parents are always there to support you playing hockey. I joked with your dad after some of the pictures with you and the trophy and you guys all with your blonde hair. And I texted your dad. I said, now you guys just need a golden retriever and you guys are all set. I mean, this is the most made in American family that you possibly could have. And what has the support been like from him and from them? And how much has he meant to you as a coach, as a dad, throughout your hockey career?
Yeah, I think both my parents have been unbelievable with that. I think my mom has kind of really just made sure like how close our family is and like how much we get family time and all. Like she sets up all the traveling, she does everything. I mean, and my dad, I mean, he works so hard for our family to help us and support us. And I think both my parents are unbelievable. And I mean, I definitely couldn't have done this without them. And I mean, even my sister, like Molly, she's my best friend. She's been there for me since day one. And those three, like, I went through some really tough times in the past 7 weeks, and those 3 were right by my side the entire time. And I mean, it kind of shows yeah, your family and like they kind of have to be there, but like they don't have to be there. Like they were by my side the entire time. They were picking me up Chipotle, making me home food, like
responding to my text when you weren't because I was worried about you, by the way. Molly was the first one who got back to me, you know, so I'm like, what's going on? Someone needs to tell me, is he all right? You know, that was scary, bud.
Well, yeah, it was real scary. I mean, there was some time on the ice there where it was real scary. It was real scary. I was not a fan of that.
Rutger, it's great to hear about your family. And, you know, obviously all 3 of us know how important family is for your journey, not only just in your hockey career, but everything past it as well, because, you know, as you grow older, hockey's always going to be a part of you. So it's great to have that support from your family throughout the whole thing. Something I'm curious about before we let you go, because we're going to wrap it up. Thank you again for taking all this time with us. Yeah. I'm sure you've been asked this a lot, but I'm curious because I never heard you talk about it. Why number 2? Very uncommon for a forward. I'm curious.
Yeah. Colby, did you ever play with Mike Dalhousen?
Yeah. I fought him. I fought him.
That's why I wear number 2.
He absolutely pumped me in a game in Lincoln. Like halfway through the fight, I'm like, why am I fighting this guy? Split my head open.
Yeah, he's a dog. I mean, when I grew up, he was just like always like super nice to me. I mean, he was one of the nicer guys to me, and he wore number 2. He was a great guy.
Did he play in Lincoln?
Yeah, and he was the fight. Like he was, as you said, like he was the fighter of the team, and obviously growing up, you love the fight. Pardon?
He was a forward too?
I think he's a defenseman.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I just said, why not 2?
It's cool.
Yeah,
it's different.
I know him all right. My face knows him. My head knows him. He pumped me in a fight. So, yeah, I remember.
Will Smith actually wore 2 for the longest time. If Powell at BC wasn't wearing 2, Will Smith would be wearing 2 as well. So
for the same guy?
Pardon?
No.
For the same guy?
I don't know about the same guy.
Yeah. He probably doesn't know who that guy is. Yeah. Well, look, Rut, we really appreciate your time today. It's great to have you on. I know it's been a hectic week. Last night capped off celebration at Michigan. Look, I'm really looking forward to seeing you in the second half here for the Wolverines. You know, I'll be doing a regional this year. I'll be at the Frozen Four. So, you know, do me a favor, get your team back to the Frozen Four this year, because I like hanging with your dad. I like being able to have a couple beers with him and your family. They're a lot of fun. Last year we had a blast in Tampa Bay out at the bar scenes. I know you were tucked away getting ready for hockey games, but do me a favor, get your team back there this year. All right, buddy?
All right, perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right.
What's up, hockey fans? If you enjoyed that video, then you need to be hitting the subscribe button right here at Daily Faceoff. Exclusive interviews and analysis from our hockey insider Frank Saravalli, fantasy updates from Brock Sagan, and a daily live show at noon Eastern, Monday through Friday. You don't want to miss any of the fantastic content, so hit that subscribe button.